Alright guys, welcome back to All Day RC. This is an unboxing video of the new Traxxas Maxx. So it's a little bit like the small x-maxx. These are officially available for release on, I think it's somewhere between like the 1st and 11th of December. However, there are a couple available in the UK. I'll stick a link in the description below to where you guys can find one. Right. Let's get on to this one here. So I've gone for what's on the box, which is the orange one. First of all, I'll shift the box out of the way, so I've already got it out of the box, ready for you guys to see. Now the reason I went for orange is just because I thought it looked a little bit different, vibrant. I've got lots of cars that are blue and red, which are the other two colours, so I just thought I'd go for something different. Okay, so straight off the bat, it does look like an x-maxx, only a little bit smaller. Okay, so we've got the same quick release body system, fantastic, great design. We've got Nerf bars on the side, similar to the x-maxx, but these actually hold the body really nicely. It's going to be really handy when you're wheeling along at speed, stop that flapping out too much. Bumpers look just like the x-maxx. Now the wheelie bar has got the same wheels as the x-maxx and it's the same design and can be used as a carry handle. We've got skid protection on the roof, which is great. We've got some nice plastic bits here to act as that added protection to stop the body breaking through like it does on the x-maxx. So rip the body off. One thing I'm going to say with this compared to some of the other bodies, it might just be it's a little bit smaller, but it does feel a little bit thicker than what they normally are. But again, nice and solid. The way the cage works, going all the way back through to here, you haven't got the same point of failure as you had with x-maxx with the back breaking down. Okay, so we're getting to the truck itself. It's a 4S truck. Okay, so it's running a slightly different setup to what we've seen before. Again, very similar to the x-maxx in its modular design. The shocks virtually replicate the x-maxx shocks. Really nice. Going to do with some shock covers on there. Orange coordinated in, the red ones come with red, which is absolutely fantastic. On the rear bumper, we've got a bit of shock protection there, and we've got the same on the front as well. Now, we've got a fairly big ESC in here. Okay, this looks very similar, it's not, but very similar to say the original sort of 6S x-maxx ESC. It's got a little fuse on the side. It's got a fan built into it, great, fairly well protected under the housing. The motor's also got a fan, and it's also got this sort of double heat sink down here, so you've got your fan and you've got your big heat sink, which is going all the way around the motor, which is going to be really helpful for keeping your temps down, especially for guys that are in hot countries like the States. Okay, so battery hold down system, kind of what we expect to see from Traxxas these days, all self-contained, no battery clips involved. Only downside with this, I've got a 3S battery in here at the minute to test it. There's a big gap. There is a spacer for it to go in, but you're kind of limited between those two. So I am going to be producing a battery tray adapter to go in here, the same as the x-maxx, so that you guys can start sticking any size batteries in, especially for you guys that are going to upgrade to say 6S. But oversized servo, which is good to see, so hopefully that'll handle a little bit of the abuse that you're going to be putting through it. Different receiver box to we've seen in any other Traxxas model, but it is the same TQI radio system. So, wheels and tyres. Now these would be interesting. You've got this kind of adapter spacer here. So you've got your standard sort of wheel nut that you expect to see on a 1/10 scale car, but these are actually a 17mm spline on the back, and you've got these little adapters here. So for you guys that want to fit some fairly good size or aftermarket wheels and tyres, it's going to be fairly easy to find. So everything on this pretty much is plastic. Okay, centre skid plate underneath, plastic, great, plastic chassis, plastic drive shafts, plastic toe links. I've not got a big problem with them. Plastic drive shafts, we'll see how we get on with it. They're very similar, if you guys remember what the Revo drive shafts were like. on the original Revo. They do remind me very much of that. Hopefully, you know, they'll be up to the job and handle it, but we'll have to see. This truck also, similar to the X-Maxx, runs a cush drive, okay, and it runs a centre diff. All very similar to the X-Maxx. Also, front and rear diffs are very similar, obviously just scaled down. Once I pull this truck apart and get into it, I'll let you know what they're actually like. Hopefully, Traxxas has started to learn by some of the mistakes, and these things are fairly robust these days. Price point in the UK, they're about £570. That's kind of getting up there a bit. So I've just got myself an Armour Mojave, very good car, and it's a similar price. All my other Armour cars are less than this, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, you know, hopefully it ends up being worth the money. Alright guys, I haven't really got a lot else to say on it, so I've not really had much of a chance to get into it. I've had it about a week now, but this is the first opportunity I've had to get it out of the box. Let me know what you think. Any of you guys that have got one, let me know. I'm probably going to put some lights on it, things like that. I'm going to have a chassis wrap coming out for this, same as the X-Maxx, very soon, so keep posted for that. And then any weak points I find, I'll look at producing some parts for it. I'm already in the process of producing some gears for this, so to get rid of the cush drive. Might not be overly necessary on a truck like this, but we shall see what happens. I'll be sticking to mod 1 with the gears. Right guys, hope you like that. I'll stick that link down that I say in the description. If you guys in the UK you want to get hold of one of these pre-release. Alright guys, happy bashing.